The church doors felt heavy as I pushed them open. Rain mixed with my tears. Grandpa's casket gleamed under the soft lights. I stood there in my black dress, clutching the program with his photo. My father, Robert, stepped beside me. He put his arm around my shoulders and squeezed. "He's at peace now, Emily," he said softly. His eyes looked red. I leaned into him, thinking this was the moment our fractured family finally came back together. I had no idea he had already betrayed me. 30 minutes earlier, while I was in the small restroom trying to stop my mascara from running, my father had slipped into the side office with the lawyer. Papers were signed, pens clicked. My entire future was transferred away. "My name is Emily Thompson. I'm 32 years old, and I live in Chicago, Illinois. I work as a marketing coordinator for a mid-sized firm downtown. Growing up, my brother Michael was always the golden child, 2 years older than me, star athlete, dad's shadow. I was the reliable one who actually showed up for Grandpa every single week. The service ended. We stood at the graveside under umbrellas. The priest spoke about legacy and family bonds. My father hugged me tight. Michael stood on the other side, expression blank. I whispered to Dad, "We'll get through this together." He nodded. The next morning, my phone rang at exactly 8:07 a.m. I was still in bed, exhausted from crying. The number was local. I answered. Emily Thompson. The man's voice was professional but gentle. "This is attorney David Klein. I handled your grandfather's estate. We need to speak privately right away. Can you come to my office this morning?" My stomach dropped. "Is everything okay? The reading is scheduled for next week." He paused. "It's better if we meet in person. But I can tell you now, there have been changes. Significant ones." I drove through Chicago traffic in silence. The city felt grey and cold. When I walked into the law office on Michigan Avenue, Attorney Klein greeted me with a serious face. We sat in a small conference room. He slid a folder across the table. "Emily, your father met with me yesterday during the funeral. He invoked a clause in your grandfather's will that allowed him, as executor, to redirect the primary trust. The full $1.2 million inheritance has been transferred to your brother Michael." The room spun. I stared at him. "What?" He nodded slowly. "It was done quickly. Your father had documents prepared in advance. Michael was present. They completed it while you were at the service." I put my hands on the table to steady myself. My mind flashed back to Grandpa teaching me how to fish on Lake Michigan when I was 10. To the hospital visits I handled alone when Dad was too busy with work. To Michael, who only showed up for holidays. "Why would he do this?" I asked, voice barely above a whisper. The lawyer sighed. He said it was to balance things, because Michael has a family to support. Your father also redirected some personal savings accounts your grandfather had set aside for you. I left the office in a daze. I didn't cry in the car. I just drove home, hands gripping the wheel until they hurt. That night, I sat on my couch, staring at the wall for hours. The silence in my apartment was deafening. I replayed every conversation with my father over the last year. The times he praised Michael for his sales job. The way he always asked about my little projects, like they were hobbies. If stories like this speak to you, hit subscribe. I post a new story every single day. The next 3 days, I barely slept. I called my father. He didn't answer. I texted, "Michael." No response. Finally, on day 4, my father called me back. "Emily, I know you're upset," he said calmly, like he was discussing the weather. "But Grandpa's money should go where it's needed most. Michael has 2 kids. You have your career." I stood in my kitchen, phone pressed to my ear. "I was at the funeral, Dad. You hugged me. You told me you loved me while you were signing my life away." He paused. It was business, honey. Family business. Business. That's what he called stealing from his own daughter. I started digging. I met with another lawyer, Sarah Patel, a sharp woman in her 40s, who specialized in estate disputes. She reviewed the documents. "There's a small window here," she said. "Your grandfather left specific letters of intent. If we can prove undue influence or lack of proper notice, we might have a case. But it won't be easy. Your father covered his tracks. I decided I wasn't going to be the victim. I gathered every record I had. Bank statements showing money I spent on Grandpa's care. Emails, texts, witness statements from neighbors who saw me at his house constantly." Meanwhile, Michael posted on Facebook about his blessing and how grateful he was for family support. The caption made my blood boil. Open loop 1. I still didn't know the full extent of what my brother knew, or how deeply involved he was. That revelation would come later and hit even harder. I confronted Michael at his house in the suburbs. His wife answered the door looking uncomfortable. Michael came out to the driveway. "You knew," I said flatly. "You were there with Dad at the funeral." He crossed his arms. "Dad made the call. It's done, Emily. Stop making it dramatic." Dramatic. Grandpa wanted me to have that money too. He told me so many times. Michael shrugged. "People say a lot of things. Dad knows best." I drove away shaking. That night I wrote everything down. Every memory. Every slight. I stayed up until 3 a.m. typing on my laptop. Tears hitting the keys. Weeks passed. The legal battle began. My savings drained on lawyer fees. I worked extra hours at my job. Coming home exhausted, but determined. Friends told me to let it go. Family is family, they said. But this wasn't family. This was theft. At the 8-minute mark in this story, I discovered something that changed everything. During one of the depositions, my father's old business partner let something slip. My father had been in financial trouble, gambling debts, bad investments. He needed the money fast and saw Grandpa's passing as the perfect opportunity. Michael wasn't just a beneficiary. He had helped coordinate the documents. The betrayal ran deeper than I imagined. I sat in my car after that deposition for 20 full minutes, engine off, staring at the steering wheel. My own brother, my own father, planning it while Grandpa was still warm in the ground. I pushed harder. I found old letters from Grandpa to me, handwritten, expressing his wishes clearly. Sarah, my lawyer, was impressed. This strengthens our position significantly. The court hearings were brutal. My father sat across the room in his nice suit, avoiding my eyes. Michael looked smug at first, then nervous as evidence mounted. One afternoon, my father tried to call me. I let it go to voicemail. "Emily, let's work this out as a family," he said. Too late. Tension built. Every new piece of evidence felt like another knife. I remembered the time Michael got a new car at 18 while I worked 2 jobs for college. The family vacations where I was the afterthought. It all made sense now. Around minute 18, another open loop closed in a devastating way. I learned my father had done something similar years earlier with Grandma's smaller estate, but no one had challenged it. This was a pattern. I stood stronger. I refused to back down. My colleagues at work noticed I was different, more focused, quieter, but unbreakable. The final court date arrived. The judge reviewed everything. The room was tense. My father testified, claiming it was Grandpa's true wish. But the letters, the timelines, the witness statements painted a different picture. The judge ruled in my favor. Not only did I get the full $1.2 million restored, but the court ordered my father and brother to cover my legal fees and imposed penalties for the fraudulent transfer. My father looked broken as the gavel came down. Michael stared at the floor. Outside the courthouse, I stood on the steps in the Chicago sunlight. I didn't smile triumphantly. I just felt steady. I had fought for what was right, for Grandpa, for myself. I cut contact with both of them, changed my number, moved to a new apartment, used part of the money to start a small scholarship in Grandpa's name for students who take care of elderly family members. My father tried reaching out once more through a cousin. I sent back one message. You made your choice at the funeral. Now live with it. The money didn't heal everything, but it gave me power. Power to build my own life without their shadow. What would you do if your own parent betrayed you like this? At the worst possible moment, I read every single comment, every one.